Hi Tegan. Last spring I heard that you started playing guitar, and I had a conversation with your mom online, and I told her I was going to make you some lessons to see if maybe you'd like to learn the songs that I like to play. Anyway, I told her that last spring, and then I got busy retiring, and then we had to come up here to Tennessee to find a place to live, but we're finally where we are, and we're happy, and I'm going to start making you videos if you want them. So you just let me know, but I'm going to do this one just for fun. And I'm up against this green screen here, so my hair isn't really green. I'm just having a hard time getting rid of the color. And I'm going to teach you a song by one of my favorite singer-songwriters. His name is Guy Clark. He unfortunately passed away a few years ago, but he came out of Texas and wrote all kinds of great songs, and he built guitars, and he's just a cool guy. And this song is pretty simple to play. And it's only got 3 chords like this: G, C, and F. Okay? And if you've been paying attention to your guitar lessons, you probably recognize how those are put together, but if you want me to help you with that, I will. Anyway, it's like I said, it's a C, G, and F song. C, G, and F. And I'm going to show you a video on how I like to play it. You're not going to learn to play it like that for a while, so after that I'm going to go over it slowly, and we're going to go through the chords and play it really simple, just... And then you can get as fancy as you want from there. Anyway, here's the video of me singing the song, and then we'll be back and break it down, and we'll have some fun. Okay? Well, there's nothing in the world that I like better than bacon and lettuce and homegrown tomatoes. Up in the morning, out in the garden, get you a ripe one. You don't need a hard one. Plant them in spring, eat them in the summer. All winter without them, killing everybody. I'll forget all about the sweating and the digging. Every time I go out, get me a big one. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'll I be without homegrown tomatoes? Only 2 things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. You can go out and eat, that's for sure, but there's nothing a homegrown tomato won't cure. Put them in a salad, put them in a stew, make your very own tomato juice. You can eat them with eggs, eat them with gravy, eat them with beans, pinto or navy. Put them on the side or put them in the middle. Homegrown tomato on a hot cake grill. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'll I be without homegrown tomatoes? Only 2 things that money can't buy, that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Well, I'd like to change this life I lead. I'd be Johnny Tomato Seed, 'cause I know what this country needs. Homegrown tomatoes in every yard you see. And when I die, don't bury me in a box in some cemetery. Out in the garden, be much better, where I could be pushing up homegrown tomatoes. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'll I be without homegrown tomatoes? Only 2 things that money can't buy, that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'll I be without homegrown tomatoes? Only 2 things that money can't buy, that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Okay, what do you say we get into this? What I'm going to do first is just go over some of the basics, alright? So what I'm going to do is up here, where you can see it right now, this is the fretboard, okay? And that's this part of the guitar right here. You can see where the strings come across the top of the neck here. You got the head of the guitar, the neck of the guitar, right? And then this right here is called the nut. That's what keeps the strings off of the fretboard here. And this whole thing is your fretboard, and these are the frets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay? And if you look at the diagram, this shows you that they number the guitar strings counterintuitively. I thought so at first, but I'm so used to it, it doesn't even bother me anymore. But they count from the bottom up. So this would be called the first string, right? Just like it's shown right here, first string, second string, third string, 4th string, 5th string, and 6th string. Okay, and that's always the case with a 6-string guitar. It's always going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, starting from the bottom up. What can change is the tuning of each individual string. Okay, but we're going to play what they call standard tuning, which is I'm hoping what your guitar is tuned to, but it should be, because that's where most beginners start. And the tuning on that, starting from the 1st string and moving our way up. Okay, this would be E. Right? That's the 1st string is E, 2nd string is B, 3rd string is G, 4th string is D, 5th string is A, and the 6th string on top here is called E. Some people call it low E, but it's called 6th string E, okay? And this is E down here as well, all right? So that's a standard tuning on this guitar. Now, in order to get it to sound nice, because that just sounds flat, not great. In order to get it to sound nice, you have to play different places with your fingers on the fretboard. I'm sure you're familiar with that. So, okay, we're going to start with putting our ring finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string. Okay, this is to form a C chord. And we're going to put our middle finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string, and our index finger on the 1st fret, 2nd string, just like I showed right here, all right? 1, 2, 3, and we're going to ignore this string like I said, and we're going to come down here and just strum these 5 strings. And that's your C chord, and that sounds really nice. Some people might play it a little bit differently, they might use fingers differently on here, but for the purposes of this song, it works really well. Because what we're going to do is go from that C chord up to an F chord, okay? And in order to do that, these 2 fingers right here, which are on 5th string, 3rd fret, and 4th string, 2nd fret, you just move those up 1 string each. So now we're ring finger on the 3rd string, 4th string, 3rd fret, and the middle finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. So you get on those 2 right there, okay? And this is the beginnings of your F chord. Now there's a couple ways to play this. Beginners might make it easier on themselves, with I'll show you after this, but you want to really get these 2 strings, your 1st string and your 2nd string, on the 1st fret. You want to get those down so you can play all 4 strings like that, and that's your F chord, okay? Beginners might have a little bit of difficulty with that, so it's not a sin to go ahead and just raise your index finger on the 2nd string, 2nd fret, and just kind of mute that last string, but you want to get that noise on your 2nd string. And you play these 3, it plays a nice F chord. Neil Young likes that, as a matter of fact. But to get it full, it's both those strings, and that gets you the F chord. There is a different way to play an F chord, but that involves playing a bar, and we're not going to get into that right now because I'm going to try and show you the easy way to do this. All right? So we've got C, F, and you notice how these 2 fingers just go from here to here, right? Then you go from F to G. And that finger just moved down from 4th string to 6th string, right there. And the other finger, my middle finger, moved from this one down to the 5th string, 2nd fret. So it's just a matter of going from there to there, and then you have to add your pinky on the 3rd fret on the 1st string. 3rd fret's 1st string, okay? And that gets you an entire G chord right there, okay? And those are the 3 chords you need to play this song, okay? So you want to take some time going over those, unless you already have, and that would be awesome. You just need to let me know where you are on the guitar, okay? So we're going to go C and F and G, and that's the whole song. But now we're going to play the bars, okay? The song is in 4/4 time, which means there's 4 counts to a bar, okay? And I think there's 16 counts to a whatever it is. But we go on your C, you count 4 times, F you count 4 times, G you count 4 times, and then back to C 4 times. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how one of the verses in the song goes. It's we'll break it down like this. I'll just do one verse really quick here and we'll go. There's nothing in the world I like better than bacon and lettuce and homegrown tomatoes. Up in the morning, out in the garden, get you a ripe one. You don't need a hard one. Right? So there's 16 total counts. 4 on your C, 4 on your F, 4 on your G, and 4 back on your C again. And that repeats twice because there's 2 verses and then a chorus. The chorus is going to be a little bit different, all right? So we can get to that here by, we'll do both first verses first just so you can hear how they sound together. Then I'll go into the chorus, then I'll come back and break it down for you, okay? Because the chorus is, like I said, it's just a little bit different. So we're going to go. There's nothing in the world I like better than bacon and lettuce and homegrown tomatoes. Up in the morning, out in the garden, get you a ripe one. You don't need a hard one. Plant them in spring, eat them in the summer. All winter without us, a culinary bummer. I'll forget all about the sweating and the digging every time I go out and get me a big one. Of course, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'll I be without homegrown tomatoes? Only 2 things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Now if you noticed, when I got to that G on the chorus, it stuck around a lot longer than it did on the verse. Where on the verse, you're counting 4 on the G and then back to 4 on the C. On the chorus, you're going homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'll I do without homegrown tomatoes? Only 2 things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. So it's basically 7 counts on the G chord and then 1 back on the C before you start progressing to the next. Okay? So let's try that all together. We're going to do 2 verses and a chorus. Well, there's nothing in the world that I like better than bacon and lettuce and homegrown tomatoes. Up in the morning, out in the garden, get you a ripe one. You don't need a hard one. Plant them in the spring, eat them in the summer. All winter without them's a culinary bummer. I'll forget all about sweating and the digging every time I go out and get me a big one. Of course, homegrown tomatoes, homegrown tomatoes. What'll I do without homegrown tomatoes? Only 2 things that money can't buy, and that's true love and homegrown tomatoes. Now if I was playing it on my own, I'd be doing this. Anyway, that's like I said, once you know those chords, you get used to playing those, and before you know it, you're going to be doing that. Anyway, that's not even the song, is it? Well, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I think I covered most everything I wanted to, but if you have any questions, you can contact me through your mom or however she wants to do it. So I'd be happy to do more for you. So let me know what you think, and safe travels down there in Australia. Hope to see you someday. Love you.